Good morning, everybody. We are here today to have the webinar for AT Mobile. The software part of EBS have been developed quite well in the past few months and years. Last year, EBS actually acquired our own software house. What does it mean? So now EBS is doing all in-house development on the software component, including in EBS security application, um, the ActiveView platform, the installer applications, and of course, right now we have the application for AT Mobile, which is an expansion of the personnel monitoring portfolio. So the advantage of that is now EBS is more flexible. We can do things faster. We can adapt features faster and serve our clients better. So right now we are focusing on providing you, our clients, the entire ecosystem, not only providing you with the, let's say, panel or the active track, but also the entire back end also of the EBS solution. So right now, I would like to ask my dear colleague Igor. Igor, can you tell us about the history of mobile applications and Active Track as a whole?
Right. Yes. ActiveTrack as a whole is as follows: that we are the first manufacturer of the real-time terror system since 1990 2005. And up to now, we have been deploying and selling out more than 200,000 units around the world. In all 5 continents, we have been dealing with main security companies, as well with installers, with distribution companies, and active AT Mobile, as Marian you told us precisely, is just a prolongation, this continuation of this part of making our own software, just to meet the demands of our clients, just to make the software much more friendly and much more useful for the security reasons, and as well for lone worker monitoring. For ActiveTrack and ActiveGuard are the devices which right now are quietly recognized all around the world. And we can say that more than 30% of the market share is covered by us, by EBS as the manufacturer, not only the hardware, but as well of the software or middleware for real-time terror systems. The result of it is right now the mobile application for security guards called AT Mobile.
That's
okay,
right.
Marian, what could you add to this information as well?
Yeah, so it's a good historical background, right? So what Igor said is that first we are the first player in the world to provide real-time personal monitoring solution, which is an advantage. This gave us a majority of, let's say, advantages in terms of developing this solution according to what the clients actually need. Because we were the first player, we were able to collect the critical data from you, our clients, what is more important, and that helped us develop the ActiveView platform, the features that we provide, and adapting also, of course, all this knowledge into the AT mobile application. So it's only good information that having all the background and history that we have from the Active Track, Active Guard solution, we are able right now to move forward and expand that portfolio with the AT Mobile. So right now today, we would be presenting to you different points about the AT Mobile solution. So first, we will be starting with the business objectives. Why EBS developed this solution? And of course, we will be also showing you the assumptions of the AT Mobile project.
Right, we will go ahead with ActiveTrack mobile functionalities. We'll tell you more how does it work, and we will show it in reality. We will show the easy configuration of ActiveTrack mobile applications. For Adam, our technical support manager, will make it just online to show it to you.
Right. After that, we will go through the user manuals, how to register the AT Mobile in ActiveView. And of course, we would also be showing you the features that we'll be providing in the third quarter. So what's important to know is that right now, you have the access to have some testing in our AT Mobile application. um, we have started providing trainings and login accounts for you, our clients, for this product. If you still don't have a demo account, please do contact us and we will provide you with the information. In addition to that, we are also offering you, of course, the training. If there is further assistance that you would need on a one-on-one basis, please do contact your sales manager and we will be coordinating it with our technical team to be sure that we will be equipping you with all the knowledge and know-how how to move forward with this product, to promote it and also to benefit from it, expanding your business portfolio. So I think what would be interesting to show you is why EBS, right, did it. So
Right. And the question right now, what are the business objectives of for this for platform? Could you explain us, please, in brief about the business
yes,
objectives?
it's a very good question. So the EBS company, we actually tried to we always adapt to the market needs and we always listen to what our clients has to say. What is the background why EBS did this AT Mobile project? Is to first of all, the title of this presentation of this webinar is expansion of personal monitoring portfolio. The first point is we provided this product to increase the competitiveness of the personal monitoring of EBS in our clients. Nowadays, there are many products in the market that are, doing this kind of personal monitoring solution. And one of the most dominant things that we will see right now in the trend is that there are many mobile applications also in the market who's trying to perform guard tour system. For us to be able to say that ABS have the best portfolio, we have to have everything in terms of real-time garter system. And this is one of the main points. We want you to have the option to present to your clients or to bid on projects that, yes, we do have the active track specialized device. But in addition to that, if there is additional requirement or special cases, we also have the AT mobile option for you. So it is completing different options that would better fit to the requirements of the clients. We also wanted to diversify our portfolios for new opportunities. As you all know, active track solution is very used in guard tour patrols, but also due to the creativity of our partners, we were able to expand the implementations in different areas. For example, it is also used in the cleaning industry, delivering industry, and many more. Through the AT mobile application, we will now be able to provide a solution to even much more industries thanks to the new features that we'll be providing, which we will be mentioning later on. In addition to that, as it is a software version of a personal monitoring solution, we are providing additional value to the clients. How? So one of the, let's say, most in-demand feature in the mobile application version is the photos, right? And this is what we'll be providing with you. The other objective of EBS is to be able to provide you an option where you have flexibility on the hardware. So what value does it bring? The AT Mobile could be downloaded to Android phones, and the difference is that active track, right? When you run out of stock, sometimes you have to wait production lead time or delivery time. But with the AT Mobile, since it's a software version, you can just download this application from Google Play, for example, and be able to use this application the same day or the next day. And so it's, let's say, an easier setup of account because you don't have to wait for deliveries. As long as your guard or you have the stock of the hardware like mobile phones, then you can start using it right away. Um, and of course, the last point here that we wrote is more options according to client requirement. This is just because some clients have different priorities on the solution, right? But what I could say is Active Track Mobile have good pros, but on the other hand, the Active Track hardware is still a good specialized product that have uh, also good pros. So, for example, Active Track hardware have longer battery life, and AT Mobile is dependent on the battery of the mobile phones. So, those are just differences that you can look into later on. So, yeah, good question to ask right now is what are the needs of the security market, right? And this is what we're trying to solve, to provide, to uh, to really deliver to you. We listen to the feedbacks of our clients, what are the additional things, and we are taking it in. We implemented some of them already in the AT Mobile. And in addition to that, we will continue to develop this product to be able to provide more value for you. Now, my question to my colleague Igor,
Right.
can you tell us about the assumptions of the AT Mobile project?
Yeah, no, with great pleasure. So, first of idea of creating AT Mobile was to create an application to help the security staff in carrying out their tasks. We wanted to make it as simple registration and configuration of applications in the active use system. As Marian told us, it is the software which expands the features of ActiveView, already existing very nice software platform. And another assumption of the ActiveTrack mobile project, of AT mobile project, was implementation of the functions as very important for the guards, for the loan workers, reading QR, reading NFC tags, and of course, access to the camera. So
Mm-hmm.
those are extremely important issues which everybody in the security industry is interested in, and we are listening to the demands of our clients, as Marian says. We are trying to make as best as possible to fulfill those tasks and to be together with our partners 2 steps ahead of the competition. That's why AT Mobile appeared. Let's go ahead, Marian, and tell our attendees about ActiveTrack mobile application. So, what
Yeah, but
functions are there available?
before Igor, before we move forward to the next part of this, which is the functionalities, can
Yes.
you give us an example? How is AT Mobile helping security staff in carrying out their tasks?
Well, first of all, as I told you, many guards all around the world were asking, may we send a photo of the incident? May we read out the QR codes? And we say, yeah, okay, we are trying to help you, and that's why AT Mobile appeared. So right now, on being on a tour, the guard got all the demands to fulfill his task in 100% to show what is going on in real time and to prove what is very important for what is going on to show all the necessary say data which the supervisor, which the ATM is looking about for this real time.
Right. So
Okay.
that's a very good point to raise that now with AT Mobile, the security guards or the staff on the field can now take photos, which makes their reporting system easier in a way because they don't have to put so much words on some reports. They have the photos to show. So that's a very important point in this solution. So, Igor, you asked me earlier to describe to you some of the functionalities of the AT mobile application. And what
Exactly.
I could share with you, Igor, and also to our partners today, is that what we did is we actually uh, adapted all the features of Active Track solution, the hardware, and put it into the application version. But of course, we had to add something. Yes. Uh, what would be a good difference and what would be good to point out is that in the Active Track hardware, you are actually reading RFID tags. Yes. And in the mobile application version, you have the option to have a reading for QR codes. So you just have to print QR codes and you have the tags already. And the other option is NFC tags. Yes. So these are variations of different reading for patrolling that you can do, in addition, of course, to the GPS tags that you can do. Um, Going back, you have here the GPS positions that you could record. We still have the very important panic button in case of emergency. We still have, of course, the man down function, and later on we'll be telling you about different ways of how you can use the man down function, and the shock function. The shock function is very useful, especially if you have personnel trying to destroy the device. For active track users right out there, you know very well that sometimes there's resistance for users in the beginning. But because of the shock function, we're able to detect if they're trying to do something with the device. So we adapted that as well in the AT mobile application to, protect the hardware, even if it will be a phone. In addition to that, and what is very important to note, is that the AT mobile app would also be monitored in ActiveView platform. Good news is most of you who are Active Track users already know this platform. So it only means that there's a little bit of information that you have to adapt to be able to use this solution. So the advantage of the ActiveView is that it is a specialized platform for monitoring people on the field. Guards, of course, but also in other circumstances like deliveries. So these are important things that we have to remember. And what I could also mention is that since AT mobile application is in a mobile phone, you can now call also much more numbers, because in the AT hardware, Active Track hardware, you have a limitation until 4 numbers. In the Active Guard, you have a limitation of 1 number. In AT mobile application, it's a more open, let's say, possibility to uh, make calls. Yes. So those are some of the things. Now, we are going now to the AT mobile interface. Igor, can you describe us the AT mobile interface, please?
Yeah, with a great pleasure, Marian, with a great pleasure, my dear friends. So as you see on the first slide, the AT mobile interface is made in a quite friendly way. We got 4 main buttons in the center of the interface. Black ones is panic button on bottom, upper one is GPS location on the device, left yellow button making photos, and the right one making QR codes. So it's quite visible, it's quite understandable for the end user, and no questions arises when they start for implementation of this say interface. In addition, we got in the left bottom side the function of triggering a preset of a list of the selected telephone numbers of the different person. It is very important that we make first of all the pre-select set of the numbers of the person which the guard will be calling. So he hasn't got much time to think where he should call, and this selected number of the person must be very useful. So just the supervisor, the main say controller in the ATM room, etc. Then it's worth mentioning that right bottom we see the function of triggering, say making photos, different photos. The left top indicator online and offline. So it shows whether the mobile phone is working in the online or offline say mode. Right top corner, a switch from an on patrol mode to standby mode. So it's very important to show you that we got two modes, so on patrol mode and standby mode. So
What's the difference, Igor? What happens when it's on patrol mode or when it's on passive mode?
right, so it's worth mentioning that in both modes, on patrol and the standby modes, we could make the tours. That is, just make photos, read QR codes, etc. But as soon as this mode is switched on patrol, then the data will be sent out. In addition, the GPS location will be available for the on patrol mode. Just in brief.
Okay, so what I understand is when you are activating on patrol mode, the GPS location is actively sending your location. And if it is on passive mode, when on patrol is off, it's not sending GPS location continuously. Is that correct?
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
That's what I
But
meant. Mhm.
I think what would be worth to clarify is that um, Adam, you can comment on this. When you are on passive mode, can you still send GPS location by the GPS button?
You can, and additionally in on patrol mode, man down function will be activated.
Yes, okay. That's a very good point that Adam raised. So, for example, if your personnel or your guard is not going on a patrol, they can, of course, turn off the on patrol and it will not send man down if they are just resting in their like guard place, in their post. But once they activate the on patrol, it's detecting their movement. And if there's no movement on patrol mode, man down would be activated or sent to the control room by the Activium platform. So okay, those are I think the most important points in the on patrol mode. GPS location is not sent if it's off actively, and also man down function is not activated when it's on passive mode. So thank you for sharing that, Igor, and also for the clarification from Adam.
Thank you.
Yeah. So moving forward right now, what you see on the screen are the AT mobile interface. So these are the different pages that you would see in the application when you log in, right? So you have here the settings where you can actually register your device. You can choose different languages. Of course, what would be useful for everybody is to have the user manual as well. So there are also additional information that are available in the application itself. In addition to that, as you can see here on the last photo on the right, you also have here the contacts list. So it makes it easier for the security personnel or for the person, using this application to call the right person, correct? So as you see, the design was also made as simple as possible as to be user friendly. And later on, moving forward, we'll be incorporating other functionalities that will be useful for you. And now we go to how configuration is with AT Mobile. It's actually very easy. Later on, Adam will be showing it to you. As you see here, you only have to read a QR code from ActiveView, and from the phone itself, you'll be able to register it. So in application, if you are a supervisor from the headquarters, and for some reason your device on the field is under maintenance and you have to have an alternative solution, it's very easy to set up the AT mobile application in a device. So you practically just need to send a QR code of the new account to your personnel 500 kilometers away. They just have to read this QR code from the application itself, from the phone that they're using, and voila, they have their account for patrolling. In addition to that, there's a separate user manual for AT Mobile, which I mentioned to you earlier. We can send it to you if you still don't have it. And right now, I think what would be useful is also the link that we have in our website, activeview.eu, which is shown on the screen. You will also have here the manual for ActiveView. Right now, what we would like to share is Adam to show us the mobile application itself, the live version. And Adam, can you start with what you have to type in Google Play to download AT mobile application?
Okay, I'm starting to switch to my desktop.
Mm-hmm. Just a reminder for everybody, later on after this presentation, we will be asking some questions to you. And also, we would like to know your questions to us so that we can answer them. Again, we would like to thank you for participating today. And we're very happy that right now technology allows us to work remotely. I am at home and my colleagues are all at home. So it's technology nowadays, really.
So
Yeah, I agree, Marian. And very, very useful is as well to get all the attendees involved into the webinar. So we would like to be interactive, listen as well to your afterwards of say questions, maybe ideas, and yeah, I just invite you to a great show. Okay, Adam, the floor is yours. Mm-hmm.
So I believe that my screen is already visible by you. I opened on my mobile phone. It's this panel. It's a screen from my mobile phone. I opened Play Shop, so I am looking for application because I want first of all install AT Mobile on my mobile phone by using keywords like EBS, AT Mobile. I can find our application. It is on top. And now I can install that. Obviously, on my phone, it is already installed, so I'm running. It was done previously. It's the main screen of this application. It was shown already in presentation. Main buttons. First of all, we should start after loading application from registering new device. It could be done from the ActiveView level by displaying a list of devices. I can see on button Create button. Using this button, I will add to the system new device. I can add some users to some person to phone book for this device. It will be done by that way. Phone number, name. Save and close. If my phone book is ready, I can generate link for configuration of new AT Mobile. Now I'm going to the settings of application. We've got here different options like changing language, displaying user manual, displaying time of use, and also registering new device. Now I'm requesting to scan QR code. It was already done. I don't want to change my settings because of my mobile phone is already configured. But normally, by clicking accept, I will provide that settings to my mobile phone. Now I'm going to normal use. Let's try to do some actions here. I will display online events which will appear in the ActiveView application. So if I press panic button, you've got information that panic event was sent, and in ActiveView interface, we can see immediately this event. If I want to read QR tag, I have to find any. Yeah, it was read. And the same way, I can read NFC tag. It was also read. Both readings you can see in application. It was NFC ID tag of guard. In case of NFC, in case of QR tag, it was just checkpoint. Additionally, I can request sending current position of my device. This position is shown on the map. Because of alarm is flashing, I should do something with this alarm. I can take over that alarm, go to the details. We've got here information about company, information about site. There are two active fields on this site, like site itself and address of site. If I click on this, it will be shown position of the site. And additionally, I can display this is position of the site. And I can additionally display some position of the devices from the same site, for example. I can display also position of more devices, like from the same company. So not only from that site and from other site also. I can check which device is where. So in case of problems, in case of operating alarms, I can help nearest guard. And I'm informed which guard is placed where on the map.
Okay, so Adam, what you're showing us is the possibility to view multiple devices. It could be active track holder or AT mobile holder in several sites, right?
Yes, exactly. Additionally, if I choose the last option, I can show all devices which belong to the same account, even one of them is in London.
Okay.
Different countries.
Okay, so this is the interesting, let's say, feature in Active Track and Active View platform. And because AT Mobile have adopted to this platform, integrated this platform, you can do the same thing with this application. If in the monitoring station, the AT Mobile holder would start to press panic button, anybody in the system, for example, in your security company, who is in the proximity, you can check it on the map, Active Track or Active Track mobile holder, and you can, as Adam said, send a dispatch to assist them.
Yeah, exactly. From ATM, I can make call using internal built-in phone book. So by clicking this button, I can see phone book and I can do directly phone call from this phone book. Additionally, this is a button which switch us between standby and on patrol mode. and online icon show us that currently all events are sent to the server just online. That's basically all about live of the ATM application. I give you floor, Marian, please.
Wait a minute. Okay, Adam, did you show in the Google Play already?
Yes,
What has to be done?
I was starting from this.
Okay, yeah. So thank you for that application. Can you give me back the screen?
I'm
Okay.
switching to you.
Thank you. Remote work. Okay. Going back to the presentation, again, if you need some training regarding AT Mobile, please contact your sales manager and we'll be happy to assist the schedule of the training for you. So right now, what we would like to show to you are, of course, some information on where can you use active AT Mobile. Igor, can you tell us more about different applications of this?
Yeah, 100%. But first of all, I would like to thank very much Adam with his fantastic show, which really explains the beauty of this platform, the multi-devices, say, visibility on the map, which the issue which I was asking for from many clients all around the countries I'm dealing with, and it's splendid. Right now, I see the beauty of the platform. Right, so the applications could be used for guard tour. As you see, that is exactly the answer where it could be done in real time for guard tour, say markets in cleaning. In cleaning, it's beautiful because as well we are using the QR codes, the photos. We are showing whether the task is done by the cleaner, as well supervisor can get immediately for the answer to any of his inquiries. It could be used in maintenance, for maintenance, personnel maintenance. It could be used in deliveries, which is extremely important during the COVID-19 say time when the delivery must be done properly, taking into consideration the precautions measures and it could be as well used for cash in transit, which significantly increases the effectiveness of this service, cash in transit. So that is just in general, but I think attendees, my dear friends, my business partners, that if you got some more ideas, maybe you are wondering, Igor, Marian, maybe could we use it for conveying business or for some other issues? Let us think together, and we got fantastic opportunities together with our R&D, research and development department, to follow your say ideas, maybe to make together a tender, say, of approach or something else. That's why I say the applications are for unlimitless. We can do everything which the reality now needs, and that is the beauty of the business. Okay, Marian, now the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Igor, for sharing some insights on where we can use this application. What I would like to add is that since AT Mobile is a similar solution with ActiveTrack, everything that we have shared with you in the previous case studies, in the previous conversations that we've had, if is applicable for this. So one of the, I think, interesting topics that is worth mentioning is that previously in the last month, we actually conducted a training about case studies of ActiveTrack. Yes, and thanks to our Latin American partners who shared a really interesting different applications, we were able to come up with this presentation. So just to mention a few, we had application of ActiveTrack solution for drone integration. Yes, we even have like for condominiums for the cleaning staff as well. We also had there in that list life button application, right? So this was for for elderly people. So since all the components of ActiveTrack was also included in the application, all these case studies are also applicable. But then again, what I would like to emphasize is that ActiveGuard, ActiveTrack, and the mobile applications have their own pros and cons. Yes, the only thing right now that ActiveTrack doesn't have is the camera. Mhm. And I think the possibility to call more number. On the other hand, the ActiveTrack Mobile, the advantage of it is that you can take photos, but the battery life is shorter because the ActiveTrack hardware is able to have 72 hours battery life. And it is very rare nowadays for a mobile phone to last that long. I'll be happy if my phone lasts for 1 day. So
Exactly.
um,
I agree with
uh,
you, Mario.
these are some considerations that you would like to take. The other consideration is that, of course, obviously for active track devices, the data consumption is smaller because you don't have a screen. There, you only do it for security industry. But for application, it is a working mobile phone, right? So of course you also have to consider the data. But on the other hand, when you have access to the Wi-Fi, if you are working in a building, then it's not an issue, right?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
these are just considerations to take which solution you would like to have. Application which has photos, which could be in any Android phones that has NFC reading with camera, of course. And the other part, which is active track, which has longer battery life with very little data consumption. So I think on the next part, I'm not sure if it's ready. Shimon, are you there?
Simon and Mark, they are just on the way to
Okay.
join us.
Yeah. So Mark, one of our partners, would be joining us in a few minutes. I'm just not sure if he's ready, but let me check. What I would like to encourage you right now is to prepare your questions, type your questions in the chat box, and later on we will be reading them and answering them. So I see now that Mark is already in our webinar. Mark, your mic is on mute mode. If you could unmute yourself, then we can start hearing from you. Okay, so today we have the pleasure of having Mark. Mark is our partner from the UK. He is from Guard Tour UK, and he's here with us to share with you some insights about uh, AT Mobile because he has been testing it, and I believe he started presenting and promoting AT Mobile to his clients in the UK. And we would like him to, speak before everyone here today and share his experience. Mark, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Morning,
I'm
Mark.
very good, thank you. I hope you're all keeping well in this difficult time.
Yeah, yeah. It's a very unique situation, but it's
Strange.
running.
Yeah, yeah. So I've got a bit of a spiel here, so I'll just run through what I have. So my name is Mark Parry. I'm the managing director of Connect Security Solutions. We're one of 3 distributors in the United Kingdom, probably the best. And we've been a partner of EBS for many, many years. I think going back into the sort of mid-thousands. I think it was about 2005, 2006 when we sort of started, and we picked up the ActiveGuard system. And we've seen probably just about everything when it comes to dealing with ActiveTrack, ActiveGuard, ActiveView. you know, go back to when we started with Active Guards and the old Kronos guard system. So we've kind of mogged through an awful lot of different products from EBS. We used to do very well with Active Track. Sorry, let me rephrase that. With Active Guard, I think there was a time when we were probably up to around about 30 to 70 units a month, which was very good business. But we noticed probably in the past 5, maybe a little bit longer, that there's been a slow downturn. And in the UK, we've done a bit of digging on this, and we've put it down to really 2 different problems. The first problem is, and interestingly, I was speaking to somebody who used to be a security guard back in the mid 90s, and he was telling me his hourly rate as a security guard in the mid 90s was £1.72 per hour. The current UK minimum wage as of today is £8.72. So the cost of a security guard in the space of not very many years has ramped up enormously. So if I run a security company and I go to my client and I say, Mr. Client, your man guarding costs are going to go from £60,000 a year to £120,000 a year. Pretty much a lot of the site managers now say, actually, forget the guards, don't want them anymore, please don't send them, and I'll just put CCTV all over my site. CCTV in the UK, we are one of the biggest adopters in the world of CCTV. We have more cameras per head than pretty much anywhere else. We're very nosy. Couple that with the fact that once upon a time, security managers didn't trust security guards with mobile phones because of the cost and because of the training factor. Pretty much most of those problems have gone. Every guard has a mobile phone, every guard knows how to use a mobile phone, and you can now buy Android, even ruggedized Android mobile phones, you can buy for under £100. So they tend not to repair anymore, they tend to replace. So kind of fast forward to the distributor day last year, I pretty much moaned at everybody that would listen about trying to twist, and I did, didn't I, Marion? You got some. So I was sort of, and I have been motivated for some time, because I think it's the way to go. I think it's a valuable tool to have, because it allows me now to compete with the companies out there that do have a mobile phone option. So yeah, I think what you've done is a fantastic product. You know, we've kicked it and kicked it, and really, other than a few typing errors, it's a really good product. I think the only kind of problem that we all know about is the slight sensitivity on the shock, but other than that, it's really good. I think now that it would appear that my ability to moan has been fruitful, I think I might continue to moan, because I think there's a kind of a future in this. You know, again, we're getting squeezed now, because if you're paying a security guard £8 an hour, you want value for money, and site managers now are not just saying to security guards, actually, I want you to go here and look at this, and I want you to go here and just prove that you've been there. What's actually happening is site managers now saying, I want you to go here, and I want you to check those fire extinguishers, and I want you to go there. And so I think that we probably need to talk about, you know, the future with regards to feedback. Security companies, I'm finding, are going for a lot more, or the threat now that I have a mobile phone is that security companies are now looking for much more feedback. Go check those fire extinguishers. Tell me, are the needles in the green? Take a picture of them, which we're on with. But you know, is there a red one? Is there a blue one? Is there a green one? So I think there's a lot more we can do, and I'm hoping that I've kind of you know, going to start planting some seeds, and hopefully we can you know, we can keep the momentum going. Igor has come to tell me off now that I'm never going to get these features.
Well,
cool. Yeah, so
yeah.
so that's me, and like I said, we think it's got a very strong future, and you know, we've already started making sales. I'm expecting the first sale, 50 devices, literally any minute. In fact, I've got my inbox open, hoping that I can actually say, there it is, it's landed, whilst we're here. So there you go. That's me. I hope that's been helpful for everyone.
Thank you so much, Mark. That was a very insightful, and also we would like to thank you for being one of our partners who pushed for this product, right? Because we do agree with you that this is a very in-demand product. We have to have it if we want to be competitive, right? And it is because of such partners as you who are really telling us that will be good, this will sell, and it's always in our mutual interest. At the end of the day, we are partners, and we want to, you know, build a business together, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so thank you for that. I was there last year when you were talking to Shimon about mobile application. I think we even had a lunch on the same table at one time, and you were talking about it. And thank you so much for the push. It helped us. We believe in it as well. So Shimon, thank you also for pushing this product in behalf of your partners. Also, for my partners in Asia, they were also very, let's say, motivating in pushing for this product. So we're happy to say and announce that now we have it, and not to worry, because if you are happy now, you will be happier in the next few months, because as you know, EBS usually don't stop at what we have. We always add more value and think about what would be good for our common business. So I think now I could ask my colleague Igor. Igor, can you tell us about some of the new functionalities that will be coming up next?
He's unmuted.
Sure, I'm here, my dear friends. I was just trying to go ahead. First will be what new functions will appear. So pictures from the guard tour available in the ActiveView system. Second, communication, test reports will appear. And third, pre-alarms for man-down functions. So those three features will appear just in a moment.
Maybe just to shed some light to what these features are, right? So the first one that Igor mentioned, photos from the guard tour in ActiveView. So this will be available in a matter of, I think, weeks, because we already can take photos from the application, but right now ActiveView is being adapted to show them in the monitoring platform. The next thing that Igor mentioned was text reports. Yes, so these are descriptive, like messages, practically messages that you can send from your mobile application to ActiveView platform. So it could be a description of a report that you are trying to share from the photo. Is that correct, Adam? Am I interpreting it correctly?
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Yeah, Adam.
Yeah, it's true. I confirm.
Yes. And the third function, which we are showing here, is the pre-alarm function for man down. What does it mean? As I described to you earlier together with my colleague Igor, when your application is on patrol mode, you're activating the man down function. And our assumption is that when a guard is going around, he's not going around stiff. Yes, he's going around and moving, so it actually activates the accelerometer. But on any case that he stopped for a little bit, yes, for any reason, this could trigger the man down function. The third feature that we are showing to you here, the pre-alarm, is a warning for the device holder to say that if you don't move now, there would be a man down alert to the monitoring station. And we don't want a false man down because there would be operational, let's say, procedure that goes with it. And we want to make it as smooth as possible. So with a pre-alarm function, the guard is actually notified that I have to move, otherwise the operator from the monitoring station could call me and check if I'm alive. So these are just some functions to make our patrol smoother and better. And rest assured that these three things will be coming up very soon. And in addition, we are continuously, actually, I already submitted proposals of what could be the next stage of Active Track mobile version, AT mobile version. So right now, what I would like to encourage everyone is to write some questions of anything that you have in your mind right now, and maybe we can answer them. It could even be a question to Mark or to us or the technical support team, so that we can provide you with all the answers. I'm not sure who has the access to the text questions. Okay. Does any of you have any questions for us so far? Okay. So we'll give you some time to write down your questions in the chat box, and then if we see the questions are coming in, we'll be answering them. I think, Adam, you have access, yes?
Yes.
Yes, so you will see if they will have any questions. In addition to that, during this webinar, we would also want to ask you some questions just to, review some of the important details that we mentioned here. So we are playing a game right now at the end of this presentation to review important points. Yes. So the first question I would like to ask to you, my dear partners, where can you okay, when you write your answer, please write in the chat box whoever types the answer correctly and who is the first gets the point. Yes, this is write down the answer as fast as possible. Whoever writes down the answer the first gets the point, and I'm only gonna ask a few questions. The first question I would like to ask you is, where can you download the AT mobile application? Where can you download AT mobile application? The clue here is it's where you download every application in your phone.
Good question.
Arman 1.
Including Facebook, including Messenger. So
This
please.
is exciting.
Yeah. No, because these points are actually sometimes people still don't have a recall on this. So it's okay. So Adam, did you receive some answers?
Yeah, Arman was the first.
Arman from the Philippines. Thank you for your answer. So what was his answer?
Google Play.
Google Play. Bravo. Sir Arman, you got the point. Thank you so much. You're listening to us, and thank you also for those people who also answered some of the questions. Igor, do you have a question for our dear partners?
Well, there could be a lot of questions, but a simple question: is the AT mobile a prolongation of the existing software already, or it's absolutely new software? So it is my question to the audience.
So it's a yes or no answer.
Yeah, yes or no, that's it.
Okay, so Igor's question is AT mobile practically a new product, or the extension of another software?
Exactly.
So it's just a yes or no answer.
We've got result already.
Okay, so
Arman was also the first, and Chris the second one.
Chris was the second one. Okay, so who got the correct answer, Adam?
Arman.
What was his answer?
New software.
It's a new software. Exactly. Sir Arman, thank you so much. You've been paying attention. And also thank you for the others who have been providing their answers. And finally, I hope that other people would get the chance to, be the first and answer it correctly. My question would be, which monitoring platform are the events sent? So if you're using AT Mobile, where can you monitor the events from this application? Which monitoring platform?
Bravo,
But
Chris.
to how? Who?
Bravo, Chris.
Chris. Okay. So Chris from Australia, is it?
Yeah.
Yes. So Chris, thank you so much. Chris has been also one of our partners for many years now from Australia. And I'm guessing he got the correct answer. Yes, ActiveView.
Yes, obviously.
Okay. Chris, thank you so much. You've been so active recently and we're very happy. You can also have questions maybe for Mark because you are in the same boat. For Australian market, the application is also very interesting. And the good thing is they don't have to, import hardware, so it's even faster for them. So yeah, Adam, do we have questions from some of our partners today?
We've got a few questions. Some of them was already answered, and
Mhm.
next will be answered a little bit later.
Okay, I think that we are in the moment to answer some of the questions of the partners. So just read them out and we'll be happy to answer some of them. You can even ask Mark from
So
UK.
Can I make a quick point, which is
Sure.
something that I didn't mention, which is deployment speed is a really big factor in this. Traditionally, we've sold an ActiveTrack and ActiveView as a product. So we put the SIM card in, there's a provision in time for the SIM card. There's you physically have to put something in a box and you physically have to send it by a courier. One of the big advantages of ActiveTrack Mobile is you can download the application and within minutes be online with a patrol system. So for speed of deployment, it is a fantastic product because you're even if you don't have any NFC tags, you can go to a website, print out some QR codes, and you are up and running. It is really that's a point I forgot to make actually, which is deployment speed is a really big factor in this, and it's a real positive. So I just thought I'd mention that in case when you get those customers that sort of invariably ring, and they do, saying we need a system and we need it yesterday. ActiveTrack Mobile is unbeatable in that respect because you can just say to them, go to App Store, download this application, scan this QR code, and you're done. You're off and running. It's good for that. Very good for that.
Yes, I totally agree, 100%. And this is one of the advantages, as you said, of AT Mobile, the speed of deployment, because even in the same day, you can deploy it.
In the same hour. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same hour, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. We actually we had a little competition here with our support team, see who could install and get a device online fastest, and we did it in 3 minutes. So yeah, wow. It's kind of good for that.
Yes, I totally agree. And this is one of the things, like even like, for example, if your client is an ActiveTrack user, for example, and they need a service unit because they destroyed the device, this could be an alternative service, replacement. To fill in. Exactly. Yeah. So this is a very good point that you raised. Thank you for that, Mark. Adam, I would like to go back to you for the questions from other partners. Adam?
Well, in the meantime, maybe I can read some questions. Marian, okay. So I say the question from the audience is there is if there is no internet, is that the data will be buffered on the application? If yes, how many events? Well, the answer is evident. From the data is buffered when internet is not accessible. Buffer is big enough to keep the data from a day or more. So that is another plus for our application. Another question, audience question. How about the data being stored in ActiveView for ActiveTrack Mobile? The data from AT Mobile is stored in ActiveView in the similar way as data from ActiveTrack. Third
Adam,
question.
wait, I have to. Adam, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
How many months is the standard storage of the data from ActiveTrack Mobile or ActiveTrack device?
At least
How
one
many
day, but the application
No.
is
Historically, before you remove it from the system.
from which system? Then data
From
is
ActiveView.
stored in ActiveView. Data is stored in standard way for 3 months.
3 months.
On the special agreement, which it could be kept longer, but it is in cooperation with sales manager.
Okay, so please remind everybody, especially your clients, you are the distributor, so you have to inform the clients that the data from AT Mobile and ActiveTrack as well is only stored in ActiveView for 3 months. After that, what we actually recommend is that you back up, or your clients would back up their own data for historical information. There is a possibility to retrieve longer than that, but there is a service fee on the technical support side. So we advise the clients to back up their own data, back up their own reports, maybe on a monthly or bi-monthly basis, because this data is only available for 3 months online.
In administration part of ActiveView, you are able to download the data in any time by yourself, so and archive this data, so it is easy.
Exactly. Okay, Adam, any more questions that you have there, or Igor? That you
Yes,
received from
there was the question. Was the question I started reading. How do you configure the contacts? It was audience question, and our answer: contacts person is defined in ActiveView application as a part of AT Mobile setting. That's it. As simple as it is.
Okay, so it's in the settings.
Yep.
So it's just practically adding contacts in the settings of the application, and that's it.
Yes. As simple as it is.
Any other questions?
So, can we select what signals sent to ActiveView? And the answer is all signals are sent to ActiveView system.
Obviously, by retrieving reports, you can choose which events you want to download to CSV file. That's why selecting of the data could be done on the reporting way.
Okay. Thank you. What else? What other questions do we have?
Not any more questions asked by audience.
Can I ask?
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, are we thinking about making maybe a documented roadmap for the product? I mean, one of the things with ActiveTrack is I think that is only ever going to be as good as we can ever possibly get it. I think, maybe with the integration of a body cam, but then we've got a whole sort of problem with where does it go, how does it work, and I think that's going to be a difficult issue to sort of deal with. I think my interest is what beyond the sort of couple of little bits that we've talked about, and just being entirely greedy. I'd like to understand, where you see what you see the future, if you see a future for the product.
Definitely, Mark. That's a very fair question.
Starting lagging already, haven't I?
Yeah. So actually, the sales team collected comments and feedback from our partners of what feature would be good to add. Yes, and I personally submitted a list of functionalities that we may have in AT Mobile. This came from my region, Asia Pacific, and right now the R&D team is currently deliberating on which would be the priorities, right? So what we can do is internally we have to decide first which functionalities and feature, because for sure there would be, because we simply want to be always the best, yes. So there would be, but we have to decide on which functionalities and which priorities, so which one would be first. And after we have this information and confirmation from our R&D or from our developers, then we can share with you some of the roadmap of how it would be developing in the next stage.
Perfect.
So we will just come back to you. I'm sure Shimon is actually very good at this, collecting information, following up with the management, with the R&D. So I'm sure Shimon will get in touch with you regarding the roadmap as soon as we would have it.
Yeah, Mariam, there is another nice question being asked by audience. I just cited, is any functionality of AT Mobile lost compared to using ActiveTrack hardware? And the EBS answer is all functionalities of ActiveTrack will be implemented as well in AT Mobile. So don't worry, guys, everything is there in AT
Obviously,
Mobile
step by step.
and even more. Right.
Obviously, step by step, yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that would not be adapted are on the hardware side, because obviously this is a software. I mentioned earlier one of the, let's say, advantages of ActiveTrack device itself. So the one thing is the battery life, yes. So ActiveTrack can have 72 hours, and AT Mobile is dependent on the hardware where it will be installed. And I was telling our audience earlier that I'm happy when my mobile phone is running one day without going low battery. So that is some of the dependencies. But other than that, the features, functionalities will be are transferred.
Yeah, Mariam, there is another question which is well very interesting. Audience question: can AT Mobile read RFID tags? NFC
No.
tags cost much. But I did not finish the question. NFC tags cost much higher than RFID tags, right? Well, yes. The question is, NFC tags cost higher than RFID tags. But first part of the question, can AT Mobile read RFID tags, is following that all depends upon the hardware of the mobile phone. Some mobile phone got this feature of reading RFID tags, some don't. So for majority, as far as I know, majority of the mobile phones haven't got this feature of reading RFID tags.
Yeah,
they can read NFC. Yeah, but the majority, 99%, hasn't got this kind of feature.
Yeah, it's dependent on the hardware.
Exactly.
Any other questions? So yeah, please take note that if you want to implement AT Mobile and read the tags, it has to be NFC tags, not RFID tags. Because, for example, if you're using a robust device, the hard ones, usually they're only implementing the camera and the NFC reader. I haven't seen a mobile phone with an RFID reader so far.
Me either.
Because like right now, even a Samsung phone could be used for AT Mobile, and Samsung phones have NFC readers.
Can I just throw a little thought in there, which is we've actually found NFC tags to be slightly cheaper than RFID. I'm just going to pop the camera back on. So we kind of did an Amazon raid where we went and just ordered so many different types of NFC tag. These tiny little stickers. I don't know if you can see these. These are just peel back label stickers like this. Stick it on wherever you're to go, and they're about, whereas an NFC, even the cheapest RFID, we find for around about between 90 pence and about £1.10. These are about 13-14 pence each, so they're about the tenth the price. Plus, we're finding that NFC has been a far more embraced technology, by the world than maybe RFID was. RFID, I think, was quite specialised in sort of commercial applications with regards to industry, whereas NFC is a much more entertainment-based technology. I don't know if that makes any sense. So we find that the cost of printing tags is much cheaper. So we can get brown ones, we can get red ones, we can get all kinds of things. Now I know we kind of could do with RFID, but there's no difference in cost between this one and this one. Actually, between this one and this one. Whereas what we find is that we can say, on this hour do the red patrol, on this hour do the brown patrol, on this hour do the blue patrol. So that's immediately just by so again, the NFC I actually think brings a lot more scope for usability, as opposed to whereas once upon a time you'd have to buy an RFID tag which costs more, then you'd need to physically paint the thing if you wanted, and nobody ever did that. Whereas now they come pre-colored and off you go. Printing, we can actually now get printed NFC tags for the same price as an RFID tag, so we can get our logo and website on there, and that's the same cost as an NFC as an RFID tag. So I think the cost actually is a good question for tags, because it kind of is important. Just one other thing, if cost for tags is a consideration, you can print off QR codes. Just Google QR code generator, type in whatever text you want, and that's actually a really good point, because you can type in 0.1. Now ActiveView will only report the actual code, it won't read 0.1, but a lot of QR code generators, you can type in 0.1 and it actually puts the text for 0.1 in the center of the QR code. So as a guard walks up to it, they can see 0.1 written on the QR code, and it's just removing that ability for guards to be guards. Sorry.
Thank you for that comment. I have somebody on my door right now, so I will ask Igor to take over.
Yeah, 100%, Marian, don't worry. Mark, thank you very much really for explanations, and I think the application possibilities are huge, and I agree that we can combine RFID tags and NFC tags, QR code. Jesus, well, it's really a fantastic issue, and I'm extremely happy that ATMobile appeared, that we are the manufacturer of hardware, software, middleware, and we are just with our best worldwide clients. And we are not afraid of the competition right now. We are not afraid of COVID-19. I think even it will help us just to boost the business of ours. Okay, guys, if there are no questions, maybe we will thank the audience once again for the participation. And we will send you to those who want. We will send the recorded presentation, just maybe to remind you what we were talking about. Well, I welcome you as well to start using ATMobile. If you need cost, say ideas of the application, please ask your commercial representative. And let's go ahead. Have a very, very good day. Thank you for my dear friends, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, attendees. Thank you, business partners of ABS. Thank you, all of us. All the best to you.
Thanks, Igor. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.